Hello everyone. Thanks for coming to our webinar today, talking about immersive learning in education and design, or else the iLEAD strand of the Immersive Learning Research Network. I'm Daphne Economou. I am the iLEAD Director of Conferences. I'm based at the University of Westminster in London, and I served as one of the chairs of the iLEAD last year as part of iLRN 2025, and I serve as the general chair of iLRN 2026, and hopefully I'll see you in Athens and online in the summer. Chrysoula, do you want to go next?
Yes, thank you, Daphne. Hello, everyone. My name is Chrysoula Lazou. I am based in Greece. I am at the University of Democritus of Thrace. I serve the iLRN community as the iLEAD program chair, one of the iLEAD program chairs, actually, and next to Emmanouel.
Okay, thanks, Risa. Hello and welcome. I'm Emmanouel. I'm an associate professor at the University of the Aegean and also an iLEAD program chair. My work focuses on virtual reality in education, and I'm happy to have you with us today. Paula?
Hi, everybody. I'm thrilled to be here today and to talk about how you can get involved with our immersive learning education and design stream. I am an assistant professor at the University of Saskatchewan in Canada, specializing in educational technology and design. I serve on the board of directors for iLearn as the director of immersive practice. And for many years, I have been a co-chair of our iLEAD stream for our international conference. I am also the co-chair of the VR AR Association's Education Committee. And we welcome everybody here today.
So, I think that's my turn now, right? So, this webinar will start with some info about the types of work iLEAD accepts, how and what to submit, and key deadlines. We're also going to present some examples of past editions to clarify the topics that best fit the iLEAD stream. Next, we will discuss the opportunities you have to get involved with iLEAD and to connect with our broader international community. And we will conclude with some Q&A. Your questions, your comments, your ideas, of course, are most welcome. Next slide, please. All right. Now, although the iLEAD stream is part of the iLearn conference, there are some key differences. So, first things first, what kind of submissions do we seek for the iLEAD stream? Well, think of iLEAD as a hub for immersive learning professionals, where we come together to shape the future of education, technology, and entertainment. In this respect, we are welcoming contributions that offer clear insights, actionable design strategies, and good practices in immersive education and design. So, in other words, we invite submissions that expand the understanding of what works in immersive learning, in K-12 or higher education, workplace training, and industry. You can see indicative categories on the right-hand side of the slide, but to get more ideas, you can check the previous iLEAD conference proceedings from iLearn 2024 and 2025, and we're also going to present some examples later on. There are two options to present your work, online or in person in Athens, Greece. You can see the respective conference dates on the slide. Now, up until when can you submit your work? Okay, the deadline is January 12th, so please add this date to your calendars. And keep in mind that if you choose to go with the online presentation, you will have to submit a video abstract prior to the conference. That is because the online presentations also include the publication and distribution of a pre-recorded video through the iLearn YouTube channel. So, all presentation formats that we're going to discuss in the next slide require registration of at least one author, of at least one speaker in the respective registration category. So, there is a nice discount for early bird registration, so keep that in mind as well. Next slide, please. All right, now let's discuss a bit about the presentation formats. You can do an oral presentation, you can do posted presentation if you like. You can also submit proposals for a workshop, for a special session or a panel session. You can present virtual, guided virtual adventures, or you can even make a product demonstration if you like. Nevertheless, for all presentation formats, please submit an extended abstract. That means 2 to 5 pages, including references, but please do that in iLearn proceedings format with a summary of your contribution to immersive learning, education, and design. A nice thing to remember, publication of this extended abstract in the iLearn conference proceedings is optional, but we strongly encourage you to do that. Why do you do that? Because iLearn conference proceedings, though not indexed, include individual DOIs per paper and are published open access, so under a Creative Commons license. So it's a great opportunity to disseminate your work. I think that you're already in the right slide, Paula, so let's discuss a bit about the tricky part. The tricky part is the review criteria. What the reviewers are looking for when reviewing your submissions. It's a good thing to know the framework, so to align your submissions with the iLEAD stream thing. So first thing, contribution to immersive learning, education, and design. So you have to check whether your submission is relevant to the field of immersive learning, to practice, to society, and to the iLearn mission. Next thing is clarity and writing style. Does your submission have clarity of objectives, of purpose, of writing, of arguments, and so on? Instructional or learning design is also another point to keep in mind. You have to ask yourselves, is the instructional design or learning design intentional? Is it meaningful? And the final thing is conclusions and recommendations. Has your submission substantiated conclusions and or recommendations? And now that's the framework for the review criteria. So I'll hand over to Chrysa to explore some iLEAD examples, right?
Thank you, Emmanouel. Thank you. So based on the formats that Emmanouel has just presented, I will share some iLEAD submission examples, which you can actually have access to if interested, if you visit the iLearn's website archives. So an example of a very successful panel session, which was led by esteemed colleagues from the UK and Canadian universities, was the Advancing Interactive and Immersive Learning Media in Higher Education, which included insights from a systematic expert review. Actually, it was a Delphi expert review, which explored advancements in immersive learning across key domains. Next, please. Thank you. Another one was an oral presentation, which focused on immersive mindfulness, adolescents' meditation experiences in Maloka VR, to address declining attention spans and enhance cognitive functioning in adolescents. It was a study that evaluates the effectiveness of immersive VR interventions in improving ability to focus adolescents' attention. Next, please, Paula. So another example is a workshop which was offered by the AETMA Lab, the Advanced Educational Technologies and Mobile Applications Lab from Democritus University of Thrace. It was a 90-minute workshop presenting the AR Tutor, web authoring tool and the application, an open tool that can be leveraged by educators and not only, to enhance real-world with augmented reality complex experiences. Also the IMT metaverse that hosts postgraduate programs, which was also presented, and the attendees had the opportunity to explore its virtual facilities and students' VR artifacts. Next, please. Another tutorial, which is a very useful example of submitting a format, is the authoring of a personal GPT for research and practice, how a team of explorers created the Koala Immersive Learning Thematic Analysis Helper. Actually, it was by Lionel Morgado and Dennis Beck. Another one was a workshop on Walder, a game-based curriculum, presenting strategies and examples of how to design games as multimodal texts. So, it is also worth mentioning that apart from the paper-based archive, iLEAD offers an audiovisual archive of short videos, mostly up to 10 minutes, that are based on the conferences, proceedings and submissions that enliven the immersive research studies, designs, and innovative ideas. You may explore this. It's open to all the community. And last but not least, Paula. Thank you. The iLEAD offers some awards to the very well-developed categories and submissions, which include innovation in K-12 education and in higher education, outstanding contribution to workplace and industry training, outstanding contribution to inclusion, outstanding workshop, best posters, best iLEAD reviewers, which is also very beneficial for everyone to know how important it is to review somebody else's work, and best XR system awards, which is sponsored by Noah Glaser. So up to you, Daphne. Oh, let's discuss about, we have some examples here of the award winners of 2025, I think, or four. Okay.
Yeah, do you want me to go through this, Krisa?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Okay, so the iLEAD stream has got its own awards. Those are advertised at our website, and authors, before submitting your proposal, you can go and you can have a look at the categories of different awards. So here is an indicative, it's a list of awards for 2024. If you visit the website for 2025, you will be able to see the awards from last year. So one example on the category innovation in K-12 education was implementing XR-based virtual science lab for inquiry-based learning. In the category of innovation in higher education, an example that had an award was developing immersive learning experience and assessing learning outcomes. The award for innovation in multimedia literacies included an award on AI-powered learning dashboards for multimedia metrics for embodied performance in XR training simulations. Outstanding contributions at workshop and industry training. There is an award for virtual interaction on concept learning for construction safety training. In the category of outstanding contributions of inclusion, there was an award to a contribution which was about immersive mindfulness, adolescence, meditation experience in Maloka VR. In the category of outstanding workshops, there was a very interesting immersive learning system, the immersive learning with AR and VR, a workshop with art tour and VR environments. There is an award for best posters. Last year it went to the submission with the title Exploring Data-Driven Approaches to Visualize Learning, Engagement Profile in Immersive Gamification Experiences. We also acknowledge the contribution of our reviewers, and we have an award for best iLEAD reviewers. So the way that this works is that there is the awards are given based on identifying the three best contributions in its category, and those are reviewed. Those are proposed by the program chairs of the iLEAD based on the reviews that the contributions have received by the peer review process that we go through. And the three shortlisted contributions in this category. They are also reviewed externally by an independent jury panel, and this is how the awards are given to the winners. So we follow a quite a rigorous process for this, and we acknowledge the contribution of the iLEAD reviewers as well. That for us, a good review is very useful in order to help us make decisions for including contributions for presentation at our conference. And it's very helpful also for us to take the very difficult decision to exclude certain publications because they might not be appropriate for presentation. They may not be mature for presentation, in which case the reviewer comments help us to give best feedback to the contributors. There are cases that we advise them to look at other conferences that we collaborate with, or to propose different formats of publication. Finally, there is a category for Best XR System Awards. This is a category that every year it's a category that comes based on sponsors that we may have from companies, and it may come with a certain financial also reward for the presenters. Can you go to the next slide, please? So, as we initially mentioned, the publications of the iLEAD contributions, they appear in proceedings that they are published by the Immersive Learning Research Network. But with Paula making the start with this in 2023, she edited a book based on iLEAD submissions with Spring and Nature. And we thought that this is a very good idea. This is something that it encourages people to submit contributions as part of the iLEAD. And this year also we drafted a proposal for a book based on the presentations that have been submitted as part of the iLEAD. Paula, can you go to the next slide? So we put the proposal to Spring and Nature, and it was very welcomed. It was accepted. This book that we are editing this year, it has 4 sections. The first section is about sector analysis on immersive learning that helps us to. It's an overview of what are the different sectors and what are the trends in different sectors in immersive learning. The second section is about evaluating immersive learning. What are the methodologies, the techniques, the metrics, the frameworks based on which we can evaluate the experiences in immersive learning. Section 3 is about immersive learning systems like the Arthur, that it was one of the very successful systems that was described as part of the iLEAD and won an award. So systems that can be used in order to create immersive experiences, and also challenges that need to be considered when we are developing immersive learning systems. The fourth section is about pioneering applications for future direction. Is the application of immersive learning in the educational sector. And again, in there we have subcategories of areas of application of immersive learning technologies. Can you go to the next slide, please? So indicative titles that have been indicative titles of chapters that you will see in the book that is going to be published by 2026 is visual analytics as a lens of behavioral engagement in immersive learning. Another title is generative AI as a catalyst in educational game design for immersive learning research. Another chapter title is decolonizing immersive learning, telling forgotten histories through co-located audio augmented reality. Another title is about collaborative learning in the metaverse, co-creating virtual spaces to enhance student engagement, teamwork, and well-being. I won't read all the titles in here, but I just wanted to see that there is a plurality of chapters that they have. They all deal with methods and techniques and areas of application of immersive learning in the educational sector. Can you go to the next slide, please? So here is, I'll talk about a chapter that I'm contributing in this book. And this is a work which was presented as part of the iLEAD in 2024 and 2025. It was 2 panel sessions that I organized, and with the help of colleagues from Imperial College in London, from Auckland University, and from with the help of Paula and colleagues in universities in Scotland. So this panel session was a review, an expert review, in order to come on a consensus on the integration of interactive immersive learning media in higher education. And we used the fuzzy Delphi method in order to do so. So what we did in this panel session is we organized the panel session in 2024. We brought some experts as panelists at this session. We asked them key questions that they are very relevant in the area. And that was the first stage of the Delphi approach. That discussion helped us initiate a set of questions based on which we extended our survey. And we, in 2025, we formed the second panel session where we reported our results from our study. And we extended this discussion, and that helped us solidify and come to consensus about the integration of interactive media in immersive learning. So, that's an example of presentations and projects that you may have in mind and that you would like to use iLEAD as, the environment that can help you to explore ideas like this that will be very beneficial for the network. Next slide, please. And I think that next slide is yours, Paula.
Yes, and I'm happy to tell you about another example of a book chapter in our iLEAD book. And this is a chapter contributed by my research team, and it's on comparative factors of VR meditation platforms in enhancing mindfulness and psychological well-being. On this slide, you'll see a figure that we designed from our research analysis, and it offers a new framework for evaluating the design elements and mindfulness types of VR meditation apps. This research is significant as today's students face increasing levels of digital distraction, shortened attention spans, and inequitable access to mental health supports that are evidence-based. VR meditation has emerged as an affordable and accessible intervention for facilitating mindfulness and enhancing focus of attention. However, empirical research exploring its design, efficacy, and developmental appropriateness for diverse learners is limited. So by addressing this gap, we are hoping to inform the design of scalable and engaging VR meditation that can be meaningfully integrated into both educational and therapeutic settings. If you are someone who struggles with focusing your attention, do not worry, because there is a VR app to help you to quiet your mind. There are many of them. Some are listed on this slide, and there are more. Mindfulness has officially gone meta, and you can go on a virtual nature walk, meditate on a mountaintop, float through a digital galaxy of calm, and all without having to leave your desk. On the right of this slide, you see Immersive Education Design for Learning, and this was our first iLEAD book. So we are so pleased to be working on a second one and have plans for more volumes in the future. There are many ways that you can be involved with the iLEAD stream. And I want to take a moment just to talk about why I'm involved in the iLEAD stream. It is because I believe that XR and AI, they are a source and reason for hope, innovation, and change in education. And the and meaningful and authentic scholarship that we're mobilizing through the iLEAD stream is really needed today, especially in this influencer-driven economy where many people are making claims about immersive learning on various internet platforms, social media, which is now being called AI media, and also through LinkedIn. Many of these claims lack real substance and generate a lot of hype. This will die off. It is helpful to move our industry forward. And we want to invite you to contribute to our stream. And we have different ways that you may want to contribute. And you could present or publish your work at our conference next year. We are meeting in Athens. And you can also have the opportunity to present online. The work that you submit, you may want to consider extending that work and writing a book chapter for an iLEAD volume and be published in a collection with other leading edge and innovative authors. It is a very good opportunity to improve your scholarship and also to mobilize your research. You are also invited to contribute to the State of XR and Immersive Learning report. There is a QR code here on this slide where you can get more information about how you can share your insights on the convergence of XR and also how generative AI is impacting. We are looking for examples from around the world, so we really do want to hear from you. iLearn is growing as a global community, and it includes researchers, educators, designers, students, and more from across the K-12 schools and higher education, work-based training, and industry contexts. I welcome you to join us in the iLEAD stream. I can say that when I joined iLearn years ago, I never imagined how much it would shape me and how much it would influence my thinking, my teaching, my academic work that I do. And I found a community who really cares deeply and who are innovators and have possibility mindsets about how we can advance the future of learning across many disciplines. We would like to hear your questions, comments, ideas. That is all welcome. We have also prepared 3 questions that we often receive in the iLEAD stream, so thought it would be a good opportunity here to also have us chime in and bring some clarity around these questions. Our first question is, should I submit my work to the iLEAD stream or the academic stream if you are submitting to our international conference? And who wants to chime in with an answer to this?
Do you want me to take that?
Yeah, that would be great.
So we would suggest that if your work has got a rigorous methodology and a theoretical framework, then probably the academic stream is the better place to and a completed work with results. Then the academic stream is the better sort of stream to submit your application. This doesn't mean that the iLEAD stream it doesn't accept work which is not theoretically grounded. But it might be the case that your work is at preliminary stage, so you may not have results. It might be work in progress, but you still want to expose your work, to get some feedback on your work, and to get some publicity of your work. So then the iLEAD stream is a good place to submit your work. There might be also the case that you may not want, for your personal reasons, not to have a publication in proceedings of your academic work, because you are looking at submitting it maybe at a journal. This is why, as part of the iLEAD stream, we are introducing the book edits. We are aiming at the future to have series of the book edits, like the book that we're editing this year. So in this case, having a short publication as part of the iLEAD, you always have the opportunity to create an extended version of your publication and submit that as one of the chapters that we are aiming to have as a part of the iLEAD. Also, your work may be, as I said, preliminary research. It might be that you don't want to expose all your results, but you want to present your work and you want to have the feedback. So all these are good reasons to submit at the iLEAD instead of the academic stream. Paula, do you think that I answered that? Have I missed anything?
I think you did a great job of answering that. And I see a question in the chat from Rohana. Please provide an overview of the video submission process required for virtual conference proposals. Thank you. So I'm going to put in the chat a link to the instructions from 2025. So we may have some slight modifications for this year. And I want to emphasize that there's a few reasons why we do this. You can look on our YouTube channel, which Carissa also mentioned. Look for our iLearn YouTube, and then you can see examples from others. So that will give you an idea of what you may want to include in your presentation. And it's another opportunity to mobilize your work, which is something what we are really trying to do in the iLEAD stream, is to mobilize examples of immersive learning, education, and design in practice, in the workforce. And we want to make this visible to as many audiences as possible. Not everybody has the time and funding to attend our conference, so by making the video, it's another way that you can share about the work that you were doing. And again, you can also write up a short abstract that goes in our conference proceedings. But we just realized, like, people receive information from different modalities, so it is a good idea to be having the video format. And it is short, so it's 2 to 10 minutes. People make different kind of videos. Like, you can also make a video like we're doing here in this webinar and speak to some of your slides and record that, or else you can get more creative. So thank you for asking that question. And I'm going to now go to question 2, and maybe Emmanouel, you can respond to this one. What are reviewers looking for in a strong iLEAD submission?
Yeah, I think that we've covered that during the presentation, but I'm going to stick to a point that Daphne made a few minutes ago. Maybe you don't want to expose your full research. Maybe your research is at its early stages, but you still need to make it public, or part of it public, so that you can probably get some feedback or get some good recommendations for your work. So although in iLEAD it may not be a complete research project with all the bells and jingles of a complete research project, it needs to have some context. It needs to have some structure. It needs to have some good points relevant to the iLearn mission. For example, it needs to have some clarity, some objectives, purpose, arguments. You need to have some clear conclusions and recommendations. So you need to have, of course, you need to have a design, a learning design, an intentional and meaningful design. So although not a full functioning research, it's good parts of it can be presented at the iLEAD stream. So that's what actually the reviewers are looking for some structure, for structure, for good conclusions, for a good design, and so on. I think that's it.
Emmanouel, can I add something into that? I mean, I'll pick up from the last point that you have, is that you should have some conclusions. It might be the case that you don't have conclusions, like the Delphi, the panel session that we did. We had an idea, we knew that there was a need, but we didn't have conclusions, and this is what we wanted to do. So we used the panel session as a way of exposing the problem and gathering information and initiating discussions around this area. This was for us the starting point to do further research and to come to the second panel sessions with some conclusions, and we continue working on that. So it may not be the case that you have conclusions. It might be that you have an idea and you want to make a workshop or a panel session.
Expand it. You want to expand it. You want to discuss it. You want to make it clearer or whatever. Yeah. That's how
if I may also add something here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you, Daphne. So I would like to clarify that the iLEAD stream offers two directions. First of all, a practitioner that has worked something within the classroom can present their work, which is very important for the educational community. And at the same time, a designer who may not have implemented the whole thought and the whole concept may present their own ideas. This leads to two different channels, which includes both practitioners and that have implemented part of their work, or designers that want to present their thoughts and their concepts and how that could be implemented into practice. So we do not expect rigorous methodological processes in the iLEAD stream. It is open to the immersive community, which of course may then lead, if I may go to question 3, Paula?
Yes, thank you.
Which may then lead from the first idea from professors that are working with their undergrad.
I think we lost Chrysa at the moment. I think that what Chrysa was trying to say there is that, sorry, Paula, can you hear me? Because
Yes, I can.
Yeah. So I think we lost Chrysa. So I think that what Chrysa was trying to say is that presenting the idea in this network of experts, it can be the initiator of people that they are doing research in this area to pick up on this idea, and this project can develop into something. This idea can develop into a more sort of rigorous study in the future. So that's another reason for coming forward and presenting as part of the iLEAD.
Thank you. And I see that Rohanna has another question, a beautiful question on posters. Can they be interactive for the virtual conference, or are they digital versions of printed research posters? So, Rohanna, we have a long history in iLearn of doing things in innovative ways. A few years ago, we started having posters in Verbella. So the VR application Verbella, we had a conference hall, and it was quite impressive. So a different way of looking at poster submissions. Now that we are having our conference in person and online, we have created an environment in Frame VR. And so for the most part, the posters are in this Frame VR environment, and we have a system so you can upload your poster presentation so that all the attendees can walk through our iLearn Frame VR and see what you're doing. But I also want to say, like, you're free to email us, any of the iLEAD co-chairs. And if you have another innovative idea for something that in particular you want to do and try, we would love to hear from you, and we will fully support you to, to try to be able to show your work in a different way. So know that that option is there, and I see you love Frame VR. I do too. It's just such a wonderful environment to work in.
Well,
And
can I also add to that is that people that they decide to present their posters online, they're not restricted to present it also in person in in our conference at our conference in Athens. So if feel free to to submit, and if you have the capacity to travel and to come to Athens, you can have your presentation online for the attendees that they can't make it to the physical conference, but also come and present physically also in Athens.
wonderful. I I don't see any more questions in the chat, so I will take this time to say thank you for joining us today. We appreciate your questions, appreciate your time, and don't hesitate to reach out. We are here from you, and we're really excited to help showcase your work and to, we're stronger working together than apart. So we are just grateful for your contributions and interested in iLEAD.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much,
Waiting for your
everyone.
submissions.
Bye bye.